Hey, I see you. Not just on the surface, but really you. The one who's been through the weight of years, the battles no one sees, the quiet struggles tucked behind smiles and routines. You might look at the mirror and wonder, how is it possible you appear younger than you feel? Younger than the years you've carried on your back? There's something quietly profound happening beneath the surface, something that goes beyond skin and time. Before we step deeper, I want to ask you to stay with me for the full journey here. Each piece builds on the last. Skipping any part is like missing a note in a song you didn't know you needed to hear. So take a breath, and let's lean into these truths together. Oh, and before we start, if you're here looking to reconnect with yourself and find a steadier calm in this fast world, hit subscribe. There's more waiting for you. Stories and reflections to help you carry this kind of peace forward. You know, life has a way of making us feel older than the numbers on our birth certificate. Stress, chaos, loss, they press in, sometimes stealing our light. But then there's this other side, that mysterious glow of youth that some people carry. It's not just about genetics or creams. It's deeper. It's why this video matters. Because beneath the surface of looking younger than your age, there are hidden truths, reflections of the soul, the mind, and the way we hold our lives. And today I want to share 5 of those reasons, rooted in Stoic wisdom. Because Stoicism isn't just about resilience. It's about reclaiming your essence in a world that tries to wear you down. By the end of this, something will shift. 1. You've learned that time isn't owned. It's borrowed. You've probably felt it too. That relentless pressure from time. Like the clock is this silent taskmaster, always ticking away, reminding you that you don't have enough of it. Maybe you catch yourself rushing through the day, scrolling without meaning, jumping from one thing to the next without really being anywhere. And then there's that nagging feeling, like somehow time is slipping through your fingers. You're losing it, and with it, parts of yourself. But here's a little secret I want to share with you. One that shifted everything for me. Time isn't something you own. It's something you borrow. Every moment you're given is a gift. Not a debt, not a deadline, but a precious opportunity. It's like holding a fragile flower in your hands, something beautiful and fleeting. When you begin to see time this way, something changes. You stop chasing after it so desperately. You stop worrying about how fast it's moving or how little you have left. Instead, you start honoring the moments you have. Maybe it's the simple act of slowing down, noticing the sunlight on your skin, the rhythm of your breath, the sound of leaves rustling. There's a lightness that happens when you do this. It's almost like a gentle unfolding, a quiet relief from the chaos. Have you ever watched a child play? How they move, slow sometimes, fast other times, but never rushed, never anxious about the clock. They live fully in the now. And maybe that's why their faces carry that natural glow, that unguarded youthfulness. No masks, no worries about the future or regrets from the past, just pure presence. So what if your age, the number you see on a birth certificate, isn't what defines how young or old you look? What if it's about how deeply and fully you live the time you're given? Right now, take a moment. Think back to today. Can you find a moment, even a small one, where you felt truly present? Maybe it was while sipping your morning coffee, or hearing a loved one's laugh, or feeling the ground beneath your feet. That moment, however brief, holds the secret. Because presence, real presence, isn't just a nice idea. It's the foundation of youth. When you learn to be present, to embrace the moment with openness instead of rushing through, something inside you breathes a little freer. Your body relaxes, your mind softens, your spirit feels lighter. And this lightness, it reflects on your face, in your posture, in the way you move through the world. So often we think youth is about resisting time, fighting it, or trying to stop it. But maybe youth is actually about surrender, not giving up, but letting go of the battle and learning to flow with what's here right now. This perspective, borrowed time, honored moments, it's a powerful shift, and it's just the beginning. Because the next truth I want to share with you, it completely changed how I see my struggles and honestly, how I've learned to carry my pain. Stick with me here. It's coming, and it's something you don't want to miss. 2. You accept what you cannot control and free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Pain, setbacks, disappointment. They all come. Pain shows up. Setbacks arrive. Disappointment knocks on our door, sometimes all at once. It's just part of this human journey. But here's where many of us get stuck. We resist. We fight against what we cannot change. We waste precious energy trying to control the uncontrollable. And that resistance, it weighs us down more than we realize. It ages us from the inside out. You might have noticed it yourself. When your mind is tangled in frustration, when your heart is clenched tight against the storm, your body carries that tension too. Your face tightens, your shoulders hunch, even your breath shortens. There's a heaviness that settles, not just in your body, but deep in your spirit. Now think about those who seem to carry youth in their eyes, a certain lightness in their step, a calmness that feels almost unshakable. They aren't immune to pain or struggle. Far from it. What they've learned is something subtle but profound. They soften into life's storms instead of fighting them. They meet challenges with a calm acceptance. That doesn't mean they give up or stop caring. It means they choose carefully where to put their energy. Imagine this. You're holding a heavy stone in your hand. You can either grip it tightly, muscles burning with strain, or you can gently release it, letting it fall to the ground. Both are choices. One drains you, the other frees you. Can you recall a moment in your life when you let go of control, maybe reluctantly at first, and found an unexpected peace? Maybe it was after a difficult conversation, a failed plan, or a sudden change you didn't want. At first, resistance felt natural, but then, as you softened, as you accepted what was, something shifted. You felt lighter, your chest loosened. The burden you were carrying didn't vanish, but it felt less heavy. This choice, to accept what we cannot control, is one of the most powerful ways to protect your spirit from unnecessary suffering. It's not about surrendering to life's hardships and defeat. It's about recognizing where your true power lies. And that power, it's in your response. Choosing peace instead of struggle, choosing presence instead of resistance. That choice alone keeps your spirit light, your face less burdened. It allows your inner youth to glow quietly, a soft, enduring light. So next time life's storms come, remind yourself, you don't have to fight the wind. You can lean into it, breathe through it, and let it pass. And here's a little secret to keep you going. The next truth might just be the most overlooked, yet quietly it's the most freeing. Stick with me. It's coming up next, and I promise it will shift how you see your journey in ways you didn't expect. 3. You nurture your inner dialogue. The stories you tell yourself matter. Age can settle not just in your bones, but in your mind. You know, age isn't just something that shows up in the lines on your face or the stiffness in your joints. It can settle quietly in your mind, in the stories you tell yourself every day. Have you ever noticed how the way you talk to yourself, that constant inner dialogue, shapes more than just your mood? It shapes how you show up in the world. When that voice inside is harsh, doubting, or fearful, when it's constantly telling you you're not enough, that you failed, that you don't deserve happiness, it leaves a mark. You can feel it in your posture, in the tension in your jaw, even in the way your eyes hold back. This inner story, if left unchecked, ages us faster than any number ever could. But here's the beautiful flip side. When you nurture your inner dialogue with kindness, it's like watering a garden that's been thirsty for far too long. When you forgive yourself for mistakes, the ones that replay on a loop in your mind, you open space for healing. When you remind yourself of your worth, not because of what you do or achieve, but simply because you are, something softens inside. Your face softens. Your eyes sparkle with a quiet light. And that energy, it radiates outward, touching everything and everyone around you. It's like a gentle glow that says, I am here, I am enough. Now, this doesn't mean ignoring your flaws or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to speak to yourself like you would to a dear friend, with compassion, patience, and respect. Try this today. Catch the thoughts that dim your light. Notice when your inner voice turns critical or harsh, and then gently replace those words with one compassionate sentence. Maybe it's something simple, like, I'm doing my best, or I'm worthy of love and kindness, or even just, I am enough. That one sentence can be the gentlest fountain of youth you ever find. Because when your inner world is kind, your outer world responds. It changes the way you carry yourself. It changes the way you smile. It changes the way your face tells your story. And isn't that the kind of youth we want? The kind that's not about chasing an image, but about embracing who you truly are. So as you go through today, listen to your inner dialogue. Give it the care it deserves, and watch how your spirit begins to shine. Softer, stronger, and beautifully alive. The next truth I'm about to share, it's one that most people overlook, but it holds a quiet, unstoppable power. Stay with me. You're going to want to hear this. 4. You cultivate gratitude for what is, not what's missing. Gratitude. It's a word we hear often, maybe even so often that it starts to feel like a cliche. But I want to invite you to slow down and really feel it, not just the word, but what it means inside you. Because gratitude is one of those quiet, powerful shifts in perspective that can change everything. You see, when we focus on what's missing, what we don't have, what hasn't yet happened, what we think should be different, there's a hunger inside us. That hunger creates restlessness, even a kind of subtle dissatisfaction that tightens the chest and weighs on the spirit. But gratitude is the opposite of that. It shifts the lens through which we see our world. It invites us to pause and notice what is already here, right now. The breath that fills your lungs, the warmth of sunlight brushing your skin, the quiet presence of someone who cares about you, the taste of your morning coffee, or even the sound of a distant bird. These small things, so simple, so easy to overlook, hold a fullness that doesn't wrinkle or fade with time. It's a fullness that comes from feeling truly connected to life as it is, and that fullness shows up in you. Not as a forced smile or a mask, but in your posture, in the way you hold yourself gently, without tension, in the softness around your eyes, in the quiet calm that hums beneath your skin. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring pain. It's about meeting life fully, with an open heart, even in the messiness and uncertainty. So let's do a small practice right now. Pause with me for a moment, take a breath, and ask yourself, what is one thing, however small, that I can be grateful for in this very moment? Maybe it's the feel of the chair beneath you. Maybe it's the chance to breathe deeply. Maybe it's a memory that brings a small smile. Let that feeling of gratitude come in. Let it wash over you like a gentle tide. Notice how it makes space inside you, how it softens the edges. And know that this feeling, the pulse of contentment, can be your quiet source of youthfulness. No matter what's happening around you, that gratitude holds you steady. It's a strength that can't be taken away. And as you carry that gratitude with you, it will ripple out, touching the way you move, the way you smile, the way you see yourself. And now hold that feeling gently, because the final reason I'm about to share, that fifth truth, is where real power begins. It's the one that transforms everything you've heard so far. So don't go anywhere. The best is yet to come. And finally, the fifth reason is where real power begins. 5. You embrace impermanence and find freedom there. Everything in life is in motion. Nothing stays the same. Not a single moment, not a feeling, not even the body we carry through time. This is the nature of life, impermanence. And yet so much of our energy gets caught up in trying to hold on. We cling tightly to our youth, to certainty, to the familiar shapes of control. We resist the shifts, the endings, the unknown. But here's the quiet truth the most radiant souls have learned. True freedom comes from embracing change. The ones who look younger than their years, they've made peace with the ebb and flow of life. They don't waste breath fighting the inevitable. Instead, they lean into it, with curiosity, with grace. They greet aging not as an enemy, but as a wise old friend. Imagine what life might look like if you welcome change the same way. If you could smile softly at the passing of time instead of fearing it. Imagine how much lighter your spirit would feel if you stopped resisting what you cannot control and instead opened your heart to the mystery of it all. There's a kind of beauty in that surrender, a gentle flow that refreshes the soul like a deep breath after holding it for too long. And in that surrender, there's rejuvenation. It's not about denying the reality of change or loss. It's about finding the freedom to move with it, to dance with it, to be transformed by it. So ask yourself, what would it mean for you to lean into life's impermanence, to let go just a little, to welcome the unknown with curiosity, not fear? Maybe it's a moment of stillness, a pause in your day to simply acknowledge that this too shall pass. And that's okay, because it's not the years that age you, it's the resistance, it's the holding on, the tight grip that blocks the flow of life's natural rhythm. But when you loosen your grasp, you invite in a lightness, a youthfulness that no clock can measure. That openness, that freedom, it shows in your eyes, in your smile, in the way you carry yourself. It's the deep knowing that you are part of something bigger than time. And in that knowing, you find a peace that's timeless. So as you walk forward, carry this with you. Change is not your enemy. It's the pathway to freedom. And freedom, that is the true fountain of youth. Thank you for staying with me through this journey. If this message spoke to you, I invite you to share your thoughts below. Let's hold space for each other here. Remember, you are not alone on this path. You are seen, you are enough, and you are always beautifully alive. I know this isn't easy. The world around us pushes for us to hurry, to mask, to chase illusions. But you've just held space for something different. You've reminded yourself that youth isn't a number. It's a way of being, a way of holding time, pain, self-talk, gratitude, and change with openness and love. If this has touched something in you, subscribe and join this growing community where we find tools and stories to help us reconnect with what really matters. You're not alone on this path. And the best part, you carry the secret to looking younger than your age right within you, not in creams or filters, but in the quiet, steady strength of a soul that chooses presence over rush, acceptance over resistance, kindness over judgment, gratitude over lack, and freedom over fear. Thank you for being here. Take another breath, and when you're ready, step back into your day, a little lighter, a little freer.